more than 3 minutes of shocking imagery on the news, you will negatively prime yourself. And guess how long it lasts for? 6 to 8 hours, unless you actually literally insert an intervention that neutralizes it or reverses it. We might consume what is devastating to us. It's a war. It seems like it's happening offshore or in a foreign land, but it still impacts us. What I can tell you, because the retina in your eyes is sending messages to your brain, is all you need to do is look at that material and you actually literally start to create the chemical cocktail in your body that causes inflammation. Now, lots of people are trying to do incredible nutritional regimes so that they're in an anti-inflammatory or alkaline or alkalizing mode. And yet they'll go and consume criticism that's nasty and awful on their social media about friends being mean to each other. People will do exercise, go to Pilates or yoga to try to de-stress, etc., etc. What will produce more acidity in their body by what they consume via their eyes. If you have to look at the news and it is really upsetting, that's okay. Don't give yourself a hard time. But you must have at your fingertips, and you must be consciously choosing to view something like a Positive Prime session. Over 100 pieces of content, some of it by people like Jack Canfield, who I mentioned. We literally took the Success Principles, his book. We asked him, could he summarize the most important essence of the messages? And could we actually turn it into the Success Principles Positive Prime session? Here's the amazing thing about learning and development, accelerated learning and development, and Positive Prime. When you are positively primed and your brain is in a state of flow, i.e. there's synchronization of alpha and theta waves, fascinatingly enough, you are going to take the information in more readily. You're going to recall it more easily. You're going to remember it in a better quality way. It is absolutely bizarre. And so we have a huge program. Children in schools, particularly children with special needs, are watching Positive Prime in schools here in Australia, in like public schools, because teachers who are into positive psychology and neuroscience have heard about me, and they're actually using this content. They're creating content that's actually appropriate for young children. It's just, I tell you, where this goes is amazing. And I try to offer it to as many people as I possibly can, even as a social impact project. We've seen some pretty interesting things happen also with the way that people have restructured their thinking. So people who've been in debt or maybe faced bankruptcy, or they've been really struggling with their limiting beliefs around money, abundance and prosperity. We've seen people watch the content that's just about their finances and literally completely change the trajectory of their entire life and their family's future financial story, just because they have rewired themselves in their thinking around money. No fear around it, right? That happens because they're in a state that is positively primed when they consume the content that is around being financially free, or around forgiving yourself over financial mistakes you've made, right? So it's about the state that you're in.